So right now I'm 16, but I don't have my driver's license just yet. I have my permit,
Yeah.
but by the time I got out of school, they'd either be finished for the day or they'd be just really far to pick me up.
Okay.
So it'd just be over the weekends during break, like spring break. He would tell me I was doing a good job, and that kind of motivated me to start coming more. So then I asked him if I could come work with him over the summer. Sometimes I know I'd remember waking up and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I really don't want to go. But then
Yeah.
getting the motivation later on, doing doing something that many people want to do. And I feel like it's just a blessing, especially at a young age, because I feel like at a young age you definitely learn a lot more.
Hola, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Reliable Trades podcast. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe and you like this video. And if you're listening to this on the audio over on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or any other platform, please leave a review. That's all free and it helps support the show and helps it get out to more people. And of course, I'm your host, Adrian Garcia. I am an HVAC technician, licensed contractor here in Texas, and I've been doing this about 18 years. And we just have a lot of good conversations with good people in different trades now, whether it's HVAC, plumbing, electrical. I've had some others in like auto mechanics, anything like that. You bring them on, have a good conversation, and hopefully get more trade awareness out there. So I appreciate everybody who's watched or listened, all the support and making this podcast successful and what it is now. I also want to thank the sponsors of the show, like Jobber, which is a CRM that we use to run our business, which is invoicing, quoting, scheduling jobs, maintenance contracts, and all our technicians on our team usually pick it up relatively quickly. I just have to show them what it is and they are able to get out there and start, invoicing. It's been great running our business with Jobber now. And if you guys want a free trial and discount, make sure to check the link down below, getjobber.com/reliablehvacr. I also want to thank VETO Pro Pack, the best quality bags that money can buy, literally. If you invest in these bags, as I did, during the whole pandemic, I ripped so many backpacks and tool pouches that I finally, I found VETO. I think there were some YouTube videos. So check out VETO Pro Pack at your supply house or go to vetopropack.com to learn more. And the podcast is also brought to you by LOKAL. LOKAL HQ is a marketing that is geared towards the trades, and they can help you with your HVAC digital marketing so that you can dominate your local service areas with proven strategies that get your business more leads. They can help you rank higher on Google and all that you would need. So reach out to them at localhq.com/reliable and mention me or the Reliable Trades podcast and get 2 months of SEO for free. Alex, what is up, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. I know I just had another one and it's been kind of hectic today. Um,
Yeah.
so just for everybody that's watching and listening to this, I mean, we're going to get to know what you do, how you got into it and everything like that. But you are 16, I believe,
Yeah, I
youngest
am.
HVAC tech on social media.
Yeah.
So are your parents cool with you doing the whole social media stuff and kind of doing this online? Okay. Just want to make
Yeah.
sure. Want to make sure all the waivers or disclaimers are out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Sounds good.
Uh, so then at 16, do you work for a family member or do you have parents in the trade? How did that come about?
So yeah, my uncle actually was in the trade, still is for about 6 years, I believe. He started off with a friend as an apprentice, and then I believe sometime around this year in April or May, I wanted to start working in a trade, and I was kind of like in between being electrician or an HVAC technician. And my parents had reminded me that my uncle does HVAC. So
Oh, okay.
shot him a message. It's like, can I work with you as an apprentice? He was like, yeah. And then in the beginning, I started as an apprentice, just you know, giving him tools that he needs, and also learning.
So how long
So
has that been going on? Like how long have you been in HVAC?
for about 4 to 5 months now.
All right. Are you enjoying it so far?
I'd say so. It's a pretty fun job.
Um, so so you said you were looking for a trade. What made you start thinking that at a young age? Just because like for me, I was just thinking about sports and video games at that age.
Yeah. So so school was never like my strong point, if I'm gonna be honest. Never. Well, I did get good grades, but just never really hit me. Never did my homework and stuff. And my parents had talked about going to college, but I'm like, I'm not really good at school, so it's not worth it spending all that money. And I learned through like social media and stuff that from trades you can get a lot of money. And at the time, I didn't have a job, so I just wanted to find something to do for fun, but also for money. And that's when I came across the trades.
So like a summer, you were looking for like a summer job.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because you're still in school, right?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Okay. I was like, kind of sounds like a dropout
No, no,
intro
no,
here.
no.
Okay, because and I was the same way. So let me just kind of give my experience too, because like I did well in school. I was
Yeah,
considered, this one of the smart people, not up there with everybody that got like straight A's, but I did
yeah,
well enough, and I just I couldn't sit still. I couldn't focus. I couldn't like you said, school was just not for me, and I couldn't wait to be done with it, let alone start again in college and do that
yeah.
route, because I did go for like a half semester just to get my
Hmm.
basics in college, and I kind of helped pay for it myself because I saved up
Oh
some
wow.
money and this and that. And I was like, I don't know what the hell I want to do. I wanted to be mechanical engineer just because I was like, maybe I can build stuff, right? Like do
Yeah,
something with my hands and kind of design and build, and that's kind of what I was interested in. But I just didn't want to do the school part. So
yeah,
again, the trades can be for people that are not into school. Not, I mean, you can go to trade school. I did go to trade school myself,
yeah,
but that was more like you get hands on with the book. So it was a little bit of
yeah.
both, and
Hmm.
I was able to get through it, right?
Yeah,
But it's just my parents were the same way. They wanted me to go to school. They wanted me to get good grades, all that kind of stuff. And it's funny because like I don't want to give you any bad influence here, but stay in school. Um,
yeah,
when I was getting into the later years of my high school, I was like not doing, like you said, maybe not doing my homework, maybe not doing as much, but I knew the
yeah,
stuff. It wasn't that I
yeah.
didn't know it.
I agree.
And even one time, I just there was something I didn't want to do, and it was like a writing assignment or something where we had to read and write and do all this stuff. And I've never been into that.
Yeah.
And I purposely failed the first semester, and my mom chewed me out, and it was a whole thing. And I was already like I said, I was pretty smart, so I was telling her, I was like, I know how grades work. I was like, if my second semester averages out, better, I'll pass. I was like, don't worry about it. But she was so upset that I was real nonchalant about it. I was just like, I'm gonna pass. Don't worry about it. Like that was my whole thing. And it
Yeah,
was just because I didn't want to do certain assignments or work, but
yeah,
that was just me, and I couldn't sit still. I couldn't do that. I just found HVAC a little bit later, but I was like, this is what I want to do. This is getting out, doing things, running around. That's what I enjoy doing.
yeah. I agree.
So then you were looking for a trade. Did you did research, like you looked into different trades, and then just HVAC happened to be like somebody that you knew was doing it, and that's why you got into it?
That's exactly right. Yes.
So does he have his own business?
He works with his a coworker of his. It's a two-man business.
Oh, okay.
Um, and they do mostly installs and stuff like that.
And then they took you along, and how long did it
Yeah.
take you to kind of learn some of the stuff? Like, did you feel comfortable? after a certain time or anything?
So me and my parents talk about this a lot, about how I learned really fast. So in the beginning, didn't really know what I was doing. Didn't even know like the name of the tools yet. None of
Hey, I
them.
was much older and I didn't know how to use a drill when I started.
But um, I think it took me about 2 to 3 months to finally understand the name of the tools and what to do by watching obviously my uncle work
Yeah.
and then also some HVAC YouTubers doing installs and stuff like that.
Is that what you primarily do? Like you do a lot of install? Do you do any service work?
We do a little bit of service work, but it's mostly just installs.
So then learning on the job obviously is what you're doing. Do they have you like I think I saw you wiring up a condenser. Like do they give you certain jobs to do and you just go and do
Um,
them or
yeah, they be telling me what to do sometimes.
they'll
Obviously,
be
I don't
they'll
mind it.
no, but like do they tell you, "Hey, go wire up this condenser," or, stuff
Yeah,
like that?
yeah.
And they trust you not to blow anything up?
Um, yeah, they do.
I also want to thank DiverSitech. They simplify your work. They have everything a contractor needs to complete a job. That goes from equipment mounting, condensate, management, tools, maintenance chemicals, electrical components, indoor air quality, and much more. They have different branches under the same umbrella. More than likely, you're already using some of their products or tools. So go check out diversitech.com and it's your one-stop shop for everything HVAC. How has that been working for that business as far as them training or mentoring? Like, do they take the time to kind of show you through? Is it just like kind of run through and figure it out? Like, how are you learning on the job?
So in the beginning, as I would be watching them, they would tell me the tools that they would use for that specific moment, and also what some of the parts and components of some of the equipment is um, used for. They would tell me, hey, you would do this first, and then do this. To check this first, you would have to do this, and they would just basically tell me all at first. And even though I didn't do good in school, I was that one kid that basically got it like the first try. I would only have to listen to it once, maybe twice, and it'd just be stuck in my head. I never forgot.
So you've been pretty quick to learn on the job and stuff, and they've taken the time to actually teach you because
Teach
that's
me,
another
yes,
big part of it.
yeah.
Was it difficult to learn those components? Like, did you feel comfortable? Like, okay, this is that, like, and that's what they should do, or did it? Is it confusing at any point?
At first it was very confusing. Didn't understand it at all. After a while, it started hitting me. Like I knew what each component did, what its specific job. Um, and yeah,
Do you guys go out on like service calls too?
yeah, we do.
Have you seen the like their troubleshooting process and like what to look for?
Sometimes, still, like I said, we don't do a lot of service calls. It's mostly
Okay,
installs. But I'm learning how to,
like what to
um,
look for?
yeah,
Yeah, because everybody. That's my whole thing when I talk to guys or like my own people. It's like
yeah,
don't the most important thing is not to jump ahead, right?
yeah,
And I've had guys that just rush and they look at it, they're like, bad compressor. I'm like, dude, can you slow down a little bit? Like, let's go through it. And it's
yeah,
like something completely like it was a shorted out crankcase heater or something else shorted out. I'm like, that's
hmm
why your compressor's not coming on. Don't condemn me. So there's always a process to it. And that I mean that's something that you're gonna learn is like the steps, right? Like
yeah,
go here first, go there, and
hmm
then kind of go down the line and stuff like that. Because for me, electrical is the hardest part for me, honestly. I don't know why. I just that part never clicked. I could tell you the refrigeration uh, process back to front easily. Like I understood all of that stuff, all the proper procedures, my superheat
hmm
subcool, like that stuff I nailed.
Yeah.
Electrical was my weakest point. Just trying to figure out like why did we lose voltage over here? What voltage should I get here? Dealing with different like 120, 240, 208, 460. Like, okay, like I almost blew up a motor once. I'm thankful that I didn't, because I went and worked on a 460 unit. Yeah, it
Oh,
was a 460 unit, and I thought it was 208, and I put a 208 motor in there. Lesson learned, right? But
yeah.
thankfully nothing bad happened. So again,
Yeah.
that's where I was like, okay, I got to double check and triple
Hmm.
check, because you never
Yeah, yeah.
know. Um, and I've had
Yeah, I
some
agree.
weird stuff happen here and there, and it's always when you're rushing that you make those mistakes.
Hmm.
You don't do your proper checks, troubleshooting. That's where you make those mistakes.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you plan on? So this is your first like summer doing this and all that. Didn't know anything beforehand about HVAC at all, right?
No.
Do you see it now, like when you go places, like because I always tell people like HVAC and refrigeration is everywhere, and once
Yeah.
you become an HVAC technician, you start looking at ductwork or how things
Yeah.
work. You're kind of curious about that. Are you like noticing it more?
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you done so? If you're learning on the job and all that, you're doing like you said, YouTube. Are you trying to learn after work? You know, in your own time, kind of going that
Yeah.
route of like maybe YouTube and social media.
Yeah. After a job, if there's something I don't understand, I just quickly look it up on YouTube. Spend like maybe 15 to 30 minutes trying to find videos
Yeah,
on that specific topic.
it's so crazy because I've talked to people of different generations, right? And
Mhm.
I've asked because someone asked me about something, and I'm like, yeah, I like everybody nowadays. I think their first instinct or resource to go to it is YouTube, right? You go
Hmm.
to YouTube and you search whatever unit you're working on or
Hmm.
whatever problem you have, and you're bound to find something that'll help you out.
Hmm.
Whether that's like AC service tech, HVAC school, if you need to know like detailed steps through it, you got a
Yeah.
lot of guys that show their infield work. You're bound to find something that way. So I think YouTube has been a big resource as of late for kind of people learning the trade, because
Hmm.
for me, I had to go to a school because there was
Yeah.
no people on YouTube at that time. And there was not even like Instagram at that time either, I don't think.
Mm.
And I had to go to a school to learn all this stuff. I was fortunate to actually learn in my school because our teachers were business owners and had been doing HVAC for so long that they kind of told us like things to look out for or like their experience and stuff like
Yep.
that. So I mean that's different generations learn a different way. So what's been your favorite part of like your work right now? Like do you have anything, or are you just kind of trying to soak it all up?
Trying to a little bit of both, I guess. Trying to soak it all up, but also try to have some fun as well. I feel like me learning right now is going to help me in the future because there's a lot of people that are doing HVAC. Like everywhere I go, even close by jobs, I'd find like an HVAC van or an HVAC company, especially around here in PA. It's just a bunch of HVAC companies working.
Yeah, I mean that's something, and because I've been doing it for a while, and
Hmm.
we've had our ups and downs, but it's
Yeah,
always there's more ups, right?
yeah,
Usually, if something goes wrong, it's something that you couldn't control. It's not you as your skills or being a technician, because you'll
yeah.
always find work.
I agree.
And we went through that whole COVID thing,
Yeah.
and we were off only a couple days.
Oh wow,
And then we went right back to work. I had no issue getting work, and we were busy throughout that whole time. And I
that's
just
nice.
talked to Ben about it, and
Hmm.
he's like, "Yeah, it was crazy because people were in their house. They wanted their AC working, the best it could be. So he got a
Hmm.
lot of calls because people were just
Yeah,
home a lot. and they needed their AC working. So it's always in demand, and you know, in my experience, it's always in demand. Now you might not, it might get slow here and there. I mean, that's to be expected.
Yeah.
I think you have to be prepared for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And the way we do it is we do a lot of maintenance. So
Hmm.
downtime, I schedule maintenance. I schedule other things that make us busy during that time
Hmm.
because I'm sure you've seen it. I mean, what's the weather like over there right now?
Right now it's pretty hot. It's literally over 90.
So
Well,
you guys get you or you see the busy time right now.
yeah. Hmm.
You see how hectic it can get.
Tell me about it.
How like so how do you deal with that? Like, did you have any not experience, but like, did you have anything growing up as like you were maybe outside a lot? Did you work with your hands growing up or anything like that, or was it completely different from what you were used to?
So, me personally, I know many teenagers probably wouldn't relate, but I like working with my hands a lot. I feel like I can't stay in one place for a long time. I constantly want to keep moving. So, I found that out by playing sports. Try to different sports such as soccer, football, basketball, lacrosse, and I would say I was pretty athletic. Um, and I've constantly found myself just running all the time, or just walking, or doing anything that had to do with movement. And growing up, I did do a lot of labor work for my dad, obviously. Um, and I really enjoyed it because I'd be moving a lot, and I wasn't just staying in one place for, too long.
I mean, that's kind of how I was too. Like I liked tinkering with things and taking things apart when I was younger.
Hmm.
And my dad was in different trades because he was like an electrician, and
Oh, wow.
my grandfather was a mechanic, and he
Mm.
taught some of his kids because I have 9 uncles and aunts, so there was a
Oh.
lot of them.
Hmm.
He taught them how to work on cars. So like I remember going over and being in the garage and kind of working on things, and then later on, my uncles, everybody bought like old classic cars to fix up. So we always had something to work
Hmm.
on. And that was cool. I always thought that was cool. I was always outside, like you said, like with sports or trying to do something. So
Yeah.
that was an easy transition for me too, because I know, like, for some people, I don't know how that transition is going from being like indoors all the time. Maybe they're in an office all the time. Maybe they're just
Yeah.
sheltered. Maybe they play video games all day. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, I don't know how that is. But I was
Hmm.
like, for me, I was used to being outside. I was always out
Yeah.
there. I was always running around, walking, you know, miles to get to like my friend's house or whatever it was. Like, I
I
remember
agree.
doing all of that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And it wasn't that hard to switch over to, okay, now I got to work outside. Now I got to put things together. Now I got to work with my hands. Like, that was an easy transition for me
Hmm.
personally. So, I mean, I guess you've had some of that similar experience there. Because you're 16. I have an 11-year-old, and
Hmm.
he's interested in like what I do
Yeah.
to a point, but he's also a video gamer, and I'm like, I need to get this kid out more, right? So
Yeah.
that's my whole thing is like there's different generations of this, and I think in your generation, like where you're at, maybe like 3 to 4 years older than you as well,
Mhm.
they've been pretty good about getting into the trades and kind of transitioning into that. I see a lot that want to run their own business, and I'm like, wow, like at 18, 19, I wasn't thinking about that whatsoever, let alone 16. Um, my dad had the business. I got into it later, and I was like, I just wanted to be an employee. I wanted to get in and out. I just wanted a paycheck. Wanted to go hang out with my friends. And it took me a while to get that work ethic. And I
Hmm.
think I don't want to say that's the hardest part, but that is what helps you is once you have that work ethic
Hmm.
to be better and then to do better quicker, because that's always the
Yeah.
thing. Like, It took, I always tell people it took me years to kind of click and figure out that I was serious about it.
Yeah.
And in the beginning, I might have been or cocky that I was just good at it because I was. I would fix things that other people couldn't fix,
Yeah.
and maybe that got to me a little bit. And I was like, man, I'm good at what I do. I don't need to do anything else. Like I don't I don't I don't work on it after work. I wasn't doing that kind of stuff. And then I was like, no, I need to invest in myself, learn more when I can and do more with the business. And that's kind of when that job turned into something that I like love doing.
Yeah.
So then what kind of tools do you have right now? Have you been outfitted with tools already?
Um, Believe it or not, yeah, I have my own tool bag, tools and everything. Anything you would like, any tool you would use for any occasion, either if that's like a service call or an install.
What kind of tools have you gotten? Brand wise, I guess.
A lot of Knipex, Milwaukee.
Oh, so you go for the good stuff.
Believe it or not, yeah, invested basically all my money for tools.
So then, do you have any power tools with you? Have you picked a brand yet?
Probably Milwaukee.
Yeah. So let me tell you this. When I started, I got
Hmm.
handed the Ryobi set, and
Oh yeah.
it's great. I mean, homeowners DIY. If you want something for
Hmm.
the house, it's great. The
Yeah.
green gets on my nerves a little bit. I'm not a big fan of the color,
No, I
but
agree.
that's what my dad gave me, and I was like, okay, cool. Like I'll do what I can with it.
Hmm.
Later, I was like, I want the best, compact blower. I want the best impact. I want
Hmm.
the toolbox system.
Yeah.
So then I ended up choosing Milwaukee myself, and I was like, okay. And I mean, it's an investment. It's a lot of money you got to put into tools, right? So there's a couple of ways you can go about it, which is cheap and it just works, or like you invest in it because it'll last you longer. And we've talked about it, I want to say on HVAC nights, because
Hmm.
someone asked us in the chat or something like what we recommend or something like that. And we're like, don't worry about it in the beginning because you're gonna lose them. So advice to you is don't let other people use your tools or don't leave them on the job site.
Don't worry.
Yeah, because I've lost, but I was really bad about it. I lost so many, and then I had them stolen twice. So make sure you keep an eye on it. What kind of tool bag do you have?
It's actually my uncle's old tool bag that he used. I'm thinking about getting a VETO Pro pack tool bag, but right now I believe it's like a Husky tool bag. It's like a backpack.
I was very into backpacks just because I have to climb up ladders or walk a long
Hmm.
distance. So that's what I did. Just when I ripped a couple of them, then that's when I found Vito Pro Pack, and that one hasn't ripped. I also want to thank our new sponsors, CallRail. So I've been more into marketing and just online presence with our business, even though we only do commercial. Word of mouth is really good for any business. But once you get to a place where you want to be, a big name online or just anywhere, be recognizable, like I said, online presence, have a nice website, be able to be searchable in Google and all these different search engines, and just have a big presence. You need to know where to spend your money. And all I'm going to say is that CallRail can help you track that if that's something that you're interested in. CallRail can tell you, hey, these are not working so much. These are working really good. Stop spending your money here. Put more money and effort into this, and just be smarter about what you spend. So make sure you go by callrail.com. They do have a no risk free trial and you can check it out for yourself. I also want to thank another new sponsor, Resideo. Basically, they help with a sustainable home and they make it a safer, cleaner, and smarter home. They have so many things that work together. They were showing me the new thermostats that they have going on, how it's implemented together, and all these different little, smart devices that connect and talk to each other. So if you want to learn more, head over to resideo.com and check it out for yourself. What has been the hardest part of your job? Like going into it, obviously going into it young, you've only done it several months now, but like what has been the hardest part for you to, or what has been the hardest part of this job?
Um, I'd probably have to say two things. Definitely waking up early. It's a huge change. Sometimes I have
I
to
don't
wake up
get,
early.
I don't get the people like, I just talked to somebody, they wake up at like 4:30 a.m. I'm like, dude, I don't, I can't do that.
No, not that early. Like maybe like 6 or 7 in the morning.
I've never been a morning person. So I mean, I feel you on that one. Like, but, but you gotta be, obviously you gotta be committed, right? Because let me
I
just
agree.
share really quick.
No, take your
When
time.
I started,
Mhm.
I would, and I still have an issue going to bed early. Like I'm not that person. You know, going to bed early and waking up early has always just not been what I do.
Mhm.
And back then I was in college. I lived with roommates. You know, we would play video games, play sports, you know, whatever it was, stay up. And then I started working for my dad.
Wow.
I made that commitment to be up early, even if I stayed up all night. I was like,
Mhm.
I'll be up at 6 or 7 in the morning to be picked up because I was, you know, the apprentice.
Yeah.
And I would hate myself every morning, but you know, I was committed to doing it.
Mhm.
And that was one part of it. I just wasn't a morning person. I still am not, but I now I
Mhm.
wake up much earlier. But that was a commitment. Like that was a something I had to do was make sure that I was up. So what I would do is I would get up, you know, beforehand, get ready, get dressed, do everything, and then just sit there on like the kitchen counter or something, you know, waiting for somebody to pick me up, but like half asleep. But at least I
Yeah.
was ready by the time they got there, so there was no complaints.
No,
There
yeah.
was no I'm not late to work, you know, any of that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
that was something that I had to do, which has gotten now that I'm older and now that I'm the one training or the one that people, you know, we hire people. That is one of my pet peeves is when they're not up early, they're not on time, this and that. Just because I remember like what I did to kind of
Yeah.
to make sure that I was there, and yeah. So I just wanted to kind of interject there. So that's one of the hard parts you said. Anything
Yeah.
else?
Um, so being young does have some cons, I guess. There's pros and cons. So being young, HVAC technician, you have constantly have people watching over your back to make sure you're doing stuff right. And some people do like the attention. Me personally, I don't like when people stare at me too long. I feel like I'm
Okay.
like an awkward person. So sometimes it gets to my head that I'm being watched, and sometimes I can't even think right. But I don't blame them at all. I wouldn't blame a 16. I mean, I wouldn't let a 16-year-old wire up my condenser. So
Do you follow Wolf of HVAC?
no, I don't.
So Adam works. He used to work in California. I think now he's in Denver.
Oh wow.
He has this video. I want to say it's pinned to his profile at the
Okay.
top. He has this video where he's pulling a blower motor. You know,
Hmm.
right? You got to pull it to
Hmm.
change the motor or to clean it. Whatever. I
Yeah.
forgot what he was doing. The old man just followed him over his shoulder the entire time. Like, what are you doing? Like, are you going to be able to put that back together? Like, just constant over
No,
his
yeah.
shoulder asking. And he stayed calm. He's like, yes, sir. I'm going to, you know, I know what I'm doing. I have to
Hmm.
pull it to clean it. I have to do this. He's like,
Yeah.
I know where it goes. I know how to put it back. And the guy was just giving him crap the whole time. But like at the end, the guy, he stayed calm and the guy was like, wow, you did a good job. And you know, he had to show him that he knew what he was doing. But
No, yeah.
man, that is, and again, for me, the same thing. That's why I don't like to do residential personally. I
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
commercial. It's more, you still deal with people, but you're not in people's
As
homes
much.
and stuff like that. It's not as much. Yeah. Because I feel like I'm also like awkward. I don't like people watching me all the time. Like it's, I think I feel like I start sweating more just randomly
No,
when people are watching. So
yeah.
I get that part of it. And being a young person in general, like you said, they might not trust you, right?
No, yeah.
So in the commercial side, I'm the son of the owner, right? I go
Mhm.
in, I'm trying to do my job because my dad doesn't do what I do.
Mhm.
I do HVAC, he does hot food,
Oh yeah.
and he's relying on me to do the HVAC stuff, right? So he's like, yeah, I'm the contractor, the license holder. I'm
Mhm.
all that. I go in there and they're like, oh, who's this kid, right? They're like, what does he know? What is and this and that? So I've always I've always brought it up as a thing because now it's a lot different. But when I was younger, that is something that I always had to deal with is being the kid,
Yeah.
being this, being that, and even working with older guys like coworkers.
Mhm.
You got to be careful with what you say because you're
No, yeah.
the new guy, the kid, whatever.
Yeah.
Even though I went to trade school, they didn't. I was like, you know. But when I got my own calls, I did things the way I wanted to do them. Like
Mhm.
when I was working with somebody, obviously they're the lead technician. They got to do what they got to do. But if I touched anything, or if I had my own call,
Mhm.
I was doing it my way, and that was it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I agree.
But I totally get that, dude. Because being the young guy is not always a good thing.
I agree.
They always give you so much crap. So if you guys do mostly installations, right?
Yes, sir.
These are you deal with a lot of customers on the residential side.
A
I
lot.
only ask because some people do like empty houses or when they do installs and stuff. Um,
Uh,
have you had to deal with any crazy customers, or like has it all been a good experience? Have you learned anything from dealing with customers?
it's been some crazy customers. I would say that. Craziest person or customer we ever came across. We were trying to install a condenser in a furnace. And it wasn't the brand she wanted, I believe. Um, I think it was a Coleman. The one we installed was a Coleman
Okay.
um brand. Don't know the one she wanted, and she literally
Oh,
started flipping. She started flipping out. But my coworkers were like chill about it. Like they didn't say anything back. It was just all her, and it started raining on us too. So as it was raining, she was just giving us crap. So we had to
did you
go through
guys?
that.
I mean, you still installed it?
Yeah, we did.
So just giving you crap about it.
Yeah.
I've had that too, and I'm like, sometimes I tell the
Mhm.
customers, you know, some of these are the same brand, right? Like it's
Yeah.
two different names, like Daikin, Goodman. They're all made in the same
Mhm.
factory, or um, I forget I forget. There's a few of them. Like we deal with Carrier. Carrier has one too. That's the same, but it's like
Yeah.
their cheaper version, I guess. But we've had a couple of those too. Or some are very stubborn that they want like certain brands, and I'm like, all right,
No,
like
yeah.
we'll deal with it. So learning to deal with those customers is something I had to learn too from my
Mhm.
dad and all that. And obviously you've seen it with your uncle and those guys, but uh, you can't lose your cool because then you're gonna do really bad in business. Obviously,
No, yeah, I agree.
They won't call you back. They won't get you work. Word gets
Mhm.
around too, word of mouth, because there are so many customers that you get
Mhm.
that might want to just be the worst to you, and you have to let them either just let them calm down or let them lash out, whatever it is. And
No,
you got
yeah, I
to
agree.
keep your cool because then, like I said, your business is on the line, and we just don't deal with those. We had one, I've talked about it a few times. Like the guy wanted something patched,
Mhm.
and my guy wanted something or wanted to replace the unit.
Mhm.
So he patched it. The guy's like, don't worry about it. Like, I understand. It leaked out like a week later or something, and he got upset. The guys went back to check on it. He was upset, cursed out my cousin, who was like a few weeks in, didn't even have anything to do with it, and they just had to take it. But we had to come in as the owners and tell him, if you're going to be like that, we're not doing business with you. Like, we're not
Hmm.
going to call him names or lash out at him, but we're just going to cut
Yeah.
ties at that point. Like, I'm sorry, we can't help you, right?
Yeah.
Because I came from, I mean, I'm Hispanic. I mean, I think you know a little bit of the culture there. My dad and my grandfather love to fight, so that's always there. And you just have to be the calm person once you start dealing with customers, because that's a whole different thing. Any difficulty like right now working in the summer? Have you felt any sort of overwhelming or I don't know if I want to say burnout, but any overwhelming situations, anything that you've kind of had to like calm down or step back from?
Well, not me personally, but I know my uncle. Too many calls can get overwhelming. So you got to go to a different amount of places, a lot of back and forth. Especially in the summer. Um, Recently we installed a heat pump, and it was in the attic. So was in there for about 2 to 3 hours. Couldn't even finish it because it was just too hot.
Yeah. Some of those get to like 140,
Oh yeah,
140 degrees and stuff. I never check, but I know I've seen other guys that post like, this is what I'm working in, and it's like 140 degrees.
yeah,
But you haven't had any issues working outside, working in attics yet?
never,
Do you stay hydrated?
always, yeah,
I was really bad about that in the beginning. And then I started carrying like, a jug of water and carrying extra stuff. During the summer, I'll try to make sure that we have like an ice chest on the job site with water and Gatorade and stuff
yeah,
for the guys, because man, it gets pretty hot.
yeah. Tell me about it.
Do you have any hobbies or anything that helps you kind of unwind? I know you're in your beginning stage, so I don't know, maybe you're just into work, but like, is there anything else that you do to keep your mind off of work or just kind of relax?
Like I said, sports, basketball. Sometimes when I have free time because working now um with a company and it's a lot of work, I don't really have as much time to be playing sports or even hang out with friends. But when I do have that free time, playing basketball is what helps me unwind, either if it's at the park or at a local gym, and sometimes listening to music too.
Yeah, sounds exactly like what I was doing, when I
Yeah.
started to. Because and I was just talking to Ben about it. Like, there's different things that you do, and I just feel like I always have to do something. So sports is a good way because you're physically doing something. It's keeping you busy.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of basketball. People thought I was crazy. I used to play like every day and just find anywhere to play, or play at my parents' house, because they had a big. We ended up making a big like basketball, like a half court, just so I could
Mhm.
have people and we can have like little games and tournaments and stuff. So that's how I kept myself busy every day. And then
Yeah.
as far as like well, people thought I was crazy because I would do it in the rain. I was like, if I need to, I'm gonna go do it. If it's cold outside, I'm gonna put a hoodie on and go shoot,
Mhm.
or anything like that. Like, I had to do it because I was the way that I disconnected from everything. That was like my little safe space, right? And then, like you said, the music. I used to just have headphones on 24/7, uh, listening to different things and stuff like that. So I feel like you always need a hobby. I mean, now
No, I agree.
it's a little different because you said you're basically working full time now.
Now in the summer, yeah, technically, yeah.
It's a lot to do. There, and obviously you just started, but like it just summer's not easy for anybody. So regardless of how long you've been doing it, summer's a tough one. And
Yeah.
me myself, I try to, obviously running a business is a little bit different, but try to make time for myself because
No, yeah, it's understandable.
work will consume you. Yeah, oh man, like when after work, if you can learn more and all that, like that's great. But like I used to take
Mhm.
home work with me, and I would be upset that I didn't figure something out or I didn't fix
Yeah.
something. I've had those days. I don't know if you've had those yet, but yeah, I was like, you're still learning.
Mhm.
At some point, you're gonna get that. Um, hopefully not, right? Hopefully you can
No,
find
yeah,
something, find a resource, read up on
yeah,
it. I just didn't have that. There was no YouTube and Instagram. So I had to depend on like tech support or manuals if I could find them. And even
yeah.
then, manuals weren't online, believe it or not,
Oh
back
yeah,
in the
no.
day. And
Mhm.
I would get really upset when I would go home and I'm like, I didn't fix or I didn't finish. I would have to go back the next day, right? I get really upset and that would eat at me. And I had to learn that it was okay. Like,
Yeah,
you don't know everything, right? Even today, I
I
mean,
agree.
you can find the answer. And that was always my dad's thing is like, I might not know it that time, that specific time or that day, but I
Yeah,
am for sure going to find the answer. And even with customers, he would tell them that, like, if he couldn't find something, he's like, I don't have an answer for you right now, but I will find it later
no, yeah,
today. Right.
yeah. It's like my uncle.
That's always the most important part. Like, if you don't know it, nobody knows everything, but you're going to
No,
find
yeah,
the answer. Right. That's something I took from him. And it was like one of the best things because I used to get so upset at different things and like it would eat at me. And then, no, I can figure it out. I got it. And then you figure it
no,
out
yeah.
and it's the best feeling. That's one of the things that I like about the trade is the rewarding factor.
Oh yeah.
Helping out a customer in the residential space, right? Get their cooling or heating, whatever they need,
Mhm.
and just fixing something, right? Because they call you whether it's broken or they need a new system or whatever it is, and you're the one that does it for them.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about this trade is like you feel like you did something, right?
So right now I'm 16, but I don't have my driver's license just yet. I have my permit,
Yeah.
but by the time I got out of school, they'd either be finished for the day or they'd be just really far to pick me up.
Okay.
So it'd just be over the weekends during break, like spring breaks. I think I had like a 2 week spring break. So in the span of the 2 weeks, I helped him out, and I feel like I picked up a lot, helped him out a lot. He would tell me I was doing a good job, and that kind of motivated me to start coming more. So then I asked him if I could come work with him over the summer. He agreed, and he still picks me up since I don't have my license just yet. I kind of feel bad because he lives like maybe 10 to 15 minutes away, but like he said he would do anything for me to learn.
That so I had to always pick up my brother, and I hated it at that time before he got his van and everything.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's great. So you've been taking the initiative because it's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you, you know, being young and having time off, work is
Yeah.
not something that everybody thinks about, and
No. Yeah.
it's not just work to work, right? You're learning a skill that you'll have. That's what I always tell
Yeah.
people is like skilled trades, whatever trade it is. I mean, I think HVAC is the best one, but
I agree.
it's a skill that you get for life. Like once you learn
No.
a
Yeah.
skill, you can eat for life. Like there's no way that you lose that at all. Nobody can take that from you. That is a
Hmm.
skill that you always have, and it can bleed into other things, right? Being an HVAC technician, installer, that's one thing. Being a business owner is another thing, but you can work in a supply house. You can work in with a manufacturer. You can work in different areas and aspects of it. Um,
Hmm.
like I know this guy that came into because I had him on the last episode.
Hmm.
He got into HVAC because of the manufacturing, and now they're building their own AC, like their own brand of AC, like a new
Oh wow,
brand, a new thing. It's it's almost to market. And I was like,
that's
I didn't
cool.
even think about that, like making your own AC brand. Like that's a
Yeah.
cool thing to do too.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's so many avenues that you can take. So it's just good, to learn a skill trade in particular,
Mhm.
because
Yeah, I see it that way too.
it can never be taken away. It's always going to be around. And it's cool to see the younger generation so motivated. So like I'm just at your age, dude, I was dead set on being in sports even after high school. Like, what do you want
Wow.
to do? I'm gonna play sports. And I never thought about a trade. And it's cool to see that people are starting to think about skilled trades as a career or a future. We had a birthday party that we went to a couple months back, and
Mm.
my girlfriend's cousin's kid, who is a little bit older than my son, he might have been like around your age probably,
Oh wow.
and he's interested in a trade. And
Oh yeah.
the mom came over and she's like, "You're the only person that I know that does HVAC, and we talked to you for a little bit and this and that." And I perked up. I got excited. I was like, "Look, this is how it is. This is how you can get into it. Go look up these guys on YouTube. You're good if you want to get into it." Like, wanting to do it or just being aware of it is like the first step. And I always blame, schools, because I never heard about it. Now, my dad
Yeah.
was an electrician, but he didn't want to push it on us. But I never heard about it. I didn't know about it. So I want more awareness. That's kind of why I do the podcast and stuff like that. Like, I want more awareness. It's cool to see stories like yours where you're like, I wanted to go on spring break, or I wanted to go during summer, and this and that. Cause most kids, that's not what they're thinking about.
No, yeah, I agree.
So do your friends think you're crazy for working right now?
Um, I had gotten a lot of DMs and text messages asking me how to get into the trade and how I did it. It's crazy.
But like your friends from home, are they thinking about it too, or are they like, you're crazy for going to work?
A little bit of both. Many people
Okay.
asked me if they could work with me in
Oh,
my
okay.
company, and then many people are like, "You're just crazy for getting into the trade at a very young age."
As long as you are conscious about it and take care of yourself, because I didn't do it that at the beginning either. Now I'll pull out a kneeling pad. I'll make sure that I have like sleeves on. I'll make sure I have a
Oh
big hat. Because man, before I was just toasted toasting in the sun, and that affects how you work. Because I used to get frustrated all the time
yeah,
just from the sun
I agree.
beating down on you. So
Yeah.
now that I take care of myself, I make sure my guys like, "Hey, do you guys need a fan? Like, we have those little Milwaukee fans.
Oh
Do you
yeah.
guys need a fan? Do you guys need an umbrella? Like, we'll get them whatever they need, because I want them to work comfortably, right? Like, that's a big
No, yeah,
thing.
that's good.
So you've gotten those DMs that you're talking about. Is that locally or is that from social media?
It's a little bit of both. Many people that I don't even talk to, don't even know, ask me or even tell me, "You're very young. How did you get into the trade?" And I just tell them it's family business.
It's encouraging, because I see guys, because you're still relatively new to the social media. I'll make sure to leave that stuff in the description and all that.
Thank you.
Alex does HVAC. You said you're going to start like a YouTube channel now too.
Yeah, posting.
You got the GoPro or something?
Picked it up like last week, I believe.
That's a good camera. I think Kurt has that one, and it's a
Yeah, I think so.
super super clear.
Yeah.
Um, but that's awesome, because anybody that does now, obviously, I mean, you're doing it for fun. Don't take it too serious, because that's what I think
Mhm.
that's a big mistake some people do, is they want to see it as a job, or
Mhm.
take it too serious or anything like that. It's for fun, right? That's the best part of it. You get to share your experience. I always say, if I don't care if you're like a filter changer, if you're an apprentice, if you've only been doing it a few months, or you've been doing it 20 years, like, there's always something you can share, because
No,
there's
yeah.
always somebody that's doing or in your shoes, right? Like,
Mhm.
like the one I was going to mention is Ewok, right?
Oh yeah.
I think everybody knows him at this point. And he does, what does he do? He does like YouTube and Instagram. I see a lot of the comments and it's all kids, right? It's all
Yeah.
teenagers, it's all people his age or younger. They're like, "Oh, this is awesome to see somebody, like them doing this, being successful and all that." So
Yeah.
that's my whole thing is like if you're doing it, there's other people in your shoes that see you and they get motivated. And everybody
Yeah.
has their own story, their own thing to share. They have their own audience. Obviously, like someone like him has a lot of younger people that are like, okay, cool. This is, Ewok's doing this. I want to do this too.
Yeah.
You'll probably get some of the same traction there. And
Yeah.
it's cool to see because that helps get this out to more people. Like it's more awareness.
Yep.
Because doing this podcast, when I ask, everybody either has a family member that did it or
Hmm.
they got into it by accident, right? Nobody
Oh yeah.
chooses to do it,
Hmm.
really. Any advice as far as like kids, particular because that's probably who's following you is like more kids
No, yeah.
trying to get into the trade. Any advice as far as like maybe how you got into it, but maybe also like how you deal with something that's kind of labor intensive?
Hmm. So, just getting started, I believe. Watching YouTube videos really helped me out understand what I was working with. Sometimes I didn't even go to bed. I remember watching watching YouTube straight for 3 hours, didn't even go to bed till 2 in the morning. And then just having this feeling that I'm waking up and doing something that many people want to do as well, but maybe don't have the chance to do. And sometimes I know I'd remember waking up and I'm like, oh, I'm so tired. I really don't want to go. But then
Yeah.
getting the motivation later on, doing doing something that many people want to do. And I feel like it's just a blessing, especially at a young age, because I feel like at a young age you definitely learn a lot more than if you were to start, let's just say at like 20 years old. And for the younger generation, I definitely just say just get started.
That's the hardest part, right? Get started. And I agree with that younger learning more when you're younger. Because I mean I wasn't that young when I started, but that's when I learned the most.
Hmm.
Versus now, like I'm trying to get just things done. Like I don't have time
Yeah.
as much time as I did before. And
Hmm.
also just even doing my trade school, doing my um, license, testing and all that. I did it early to get it out of the way, but also because my attention span was probably better. I had just finished, high school and done some
Yeah.
college. Like I was still in that mindset. Right now, I don't think I could do a whole study and test, situation because I've
No.
been
Yeah.
like it's been so long, right? So
Yeah.
learn as much as you can when you're younger, when it's more early on
Hmm.
would be like something that I've tried to tell people too, and take advantage because that's when you're going to learn the most. That's when you're going
No.
to
Yeah.
have the most energy and you're the most eager is when you start. So, soak it up,
Yeah.
take it all in and take advantage.
Yeah. I look at it that way too. So many people ask me, like, why did I get into trade? Even my parents. So freshman year, I there was like this time and moment in my life where quite literally lost motivation and everything. Constantly was told that I probably wouldn't be able to do anything because of school. They didn't think, well, my parents thought school would be the route that many people should take to be successful in life. And since I wasn't really good at school, it kind of like hit my head a little bit, got to me. And I wouldn't say I fell into a state of depression, but just feeling unmotivated, knowing that my parents probably didn't believe in me. Um, it really triggered something in me. Um, so I try to find ways to make myself feel happy and try to learn something new that I probably love doing and was really good at to make my parents proud. Um, sophomore year, I tried different hustles, side hustles. So, pressure washing was one of them. Selling snacks in school was also another one, and then selling sneakers was another one too. Um, and then my parents seeing me make money at what was like the age of 15, 14. It wasn't a lot. I wouldn't say that, but it was decent amount to buy whatever I needed, either if that was like something essential, clothes, shoes. And then I found the trade, fell in love with it, and then seeing me do the work and being proud of myself for once, um, it made me happy. And seeing my parents were happy for me too made me much more happier too, knowing that they were finally proud of me. So that's definitely a reason why I got into the trade because I knew I'd fall in love with it at some point, and I'd definitely be proud of me or of myself. But I knew that I'd make my parents proud too.
So you, like you mentioned, not being motivated and looking for something, and HVAC kind of gave you that, right? Like it gives you something to do, but it gives you a sense of satisfaction doing things with your hands, building things, fixing things, and
Yep.
then having essentially a career out of it too.
Yeah.
And that's great because not a lot of people know or find that early on.
Hmm.
It takes them a long time to find that. And for me, like
Hmm.
getting into the trades also, like I didn't take it serious
Yeah.
and I didn't know what I wanted to do. But now, because I've talked with other guys that kind of feel the same way, like it's what we love or what I love to do. Like I couldn't do
Yeah.
anything else now and I'd be lost without it. It helps me in so many different ways, to where I can't give it up. Right, that's what I
Yeah.
want to do. It makes me feel good. It like because I talked with guys because I run a business, so I'm trying to get more like hiring people and letting them do more of that stuff because
Yeah.
I got to do a lot of the business stuff. And I was told I would hate it because that I would miss the work. Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, yes and no. I feel like I'm always going to be in this business in some way, whether it's training you guys or, being, maybe I'm not in the field as much, but I'm still going to be in it some way. And what
Hmm.
I would hope is to, pass it on to my kids and see if
Yeah.
they want to do anything with it. And, but yeah, I mean, it's a lot that there's a lot of that, like people get into it and they fall in love with it
Yeah.
because it's rewarding. There's feeling of satisfaction and just it's a career. Like you said, your parents
Yeah.
are proud of you for
Yeah.
doing this and actually having something now that you can build upon. And
Yeah.
I mean that's great for you.
Thank you.
You're doing really well early on, so I mean that's also just great to see. And I hope this encourages more because, like you said, you've gotten messages. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that can benefit from seeing this. So, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you
All
very
right,
much.
man. So, Alex, I'll leave Alex does HVAC. I'll leave you your info in the description. Hope to see more. I know you said you're going to start posting. So,
Yeah.
um, don't take the comments too serious. I don't even listen to my comments anymore
Yep.
unless it's somebody asking for help.
Yep.
Um, because I think it's in a much better place now than what it used to be. A lot of positivity, a lot of people doing it now. So it's a
Hmm.
great community. And if anything, you can just also get to know some of these guys because I've gotten to know like the guys that I used to watch, and
Yep.
now they've helped me when I have questions or anything like that. So it's a great community as well.
Sounds good.
So how did you know that there was Instagram,
Um, Ewok
or
does
was it?
HVAC.
Oh, okay. I was like, was it like YouTube or something? Okay.
Oh no.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you for taking the time to come out
No.
and kind of go through your early career and kind of what motivated you and how you've been dealing with it. I think it's a great conversation. And thanks again.
All right. Thank you.
I appreciate everybody for watching and listening, and we'll see you guys next time.